Good morning everyone. Today we will discuss about the TS of duodenum from B.SC. third year class, paper 2nd, mammalian histology. Small intestine mainly divided into three parts. Small intestine mainly divided into three parts. First part is duodenum. Second part is duodenum. And third part is ileum. Small intestine divided into three parts: duodenum, duodenum and ileum. This duodenum is first part of small intestine and this part is smallest part. This duodenum is again U-shaped structure. We will cut a section of duodenum and look at details. It has different kinds of layer. Duodenum histologically shows different types of layers. This first layer is Serosa layer. In this diagram, the serosa is outermost layer and mainly composed of loose connective tissue and covered by mesothelium layer. This serosa main function is supportive and protective in function. This serosa is outermost layer mainly composed of loose connective tissue and covered by mesothelium. Main function of serosa is supportive and protective in function. Second layer is muscularis externa layer. This muscularis externa layer mainly composed of smooth muscle fibers. These smooth muscle fibers are two types of smooth muscle fibers. Inner circular muscle. These circular muscles are responsible for increase and decrease diameter of the duodenum, and outer longitudinal muscle fibers. These are responsible for increase and decrease of diameter of the duodenum. These two layers forms the muscularis externa layer. These circular and longitudinal muscles forms muscularis externa layer. Next layers in our list is submucosa layer. This submucosa layer mainly composed of connective tissues and connective tissue fibers. It also contains large blood vessels, lymphatic vessels as well as nerve fibers are present. In duodenum mostly Brunner's glands are present, and these Brunner's glands is also called as duodenal glands. Brunner glands is also called as duodenal glands. Brunner glands is these Brunner glands are branched and compound tubular glands. These cells are lined by columnar epithelials and empty their secretion into the crypts of labercune. These Brunner glands empty their secretion into the crypts of labercune, and these Brunner glands secretes alkaline mucus. Some enzymes are also secreted in Brunner's gland, and these Brunner glands secretes alkaline mucus which protects the duodenum from the acidic media, and Brunner's glands are present only in mammals. Next layer is mucosa layer. This mucosa layer is innermost layer, histologically innermost layer, and this forms series of folds called as plica circularis, or it is also called as walls of Keckring's. It is also called as walls of Keckring. This mucosa layer shows foldings, and this series of foldings is called as plica circularis or walls of Keckring. Mucous membrane of duodenum is covered with single columnar epithelial cells. Mucous membrane of mucosa covered with single layer of columnar epithelial cells. It has mucous membrane has lot of phyla for absorption and also has invagination. This invagination also called as crypts of libercules. This invagination is called as crypts of libercule. It is also called as intestinal gland. These folds forms the phyla, lot of phyla as well as invagination, and such invagination is called as crypts of libercule. It is also known as intestinal glands, and the phyla surrounded by different types of gland cells are present, and these phyla, when we will cut a section, here we look here phyla and intestinal glands in detail. When this phyla cut section shows phylus and crypts, this phyla shows two parts. This part is called phylus and invagination part is called as crypts. It is also called as crypts of libercule or intestinal glands. These phyla mainly consist two types of cells. In these phyla, absorptive cells are present, and these absorptive cells shows microvilli structure. Here absorptive cells are present. In phylus parts, these absorptive cells are columnar cells with striated free brush borders or microvilli. These absorptive cells shows free end microvilli or striated brush border. Nucleus is located towards the base. In this cytoplasm, granular cells are present as well as mitochondria, Golgi complex present, and these absorptive cells are mainly used for absorption and digestive in functions. These are set for absorption, absorbs nutrients from the food material. Second type of cell is goblet cells. Here in this villus, next type is goblet cells. These goblet cells mainly secretes alkaline mucus. These cells are unicellular and in their cytoplasm shows mucigen granules. Mucigen granules are present and these mucigen granules are secretory in function, and these goblet cells mainly secretes alkaline mucus for lubrication of surface. Next, in crypts of Libercune, again there are different types of cells are present. In this, here Argentafina cells are present. These Argentafina cells is also called as enteroendocrine cells. Enteroendocrine cells. These enteroendocrine cells secretes important hormones such as cholecystokinin. It is also called as CCL. Second, secretin hormone is secreted by the enteroendocrine cells, and gastric inhibitory peptides, that is GIP, secreted by the enteroendocrine cells. Next type of cell is Penn cells. These Penn cells are located deeply in vagination. These Penn cells are located deeply invaginated part, and these are pyramidal in shape. These Penn cells mainly secretes lysozyme enzymes. These lysozymes are antibacterial agents. These kills the bacteria from the food material, and these Penn cells also protects the stem cells. Next type of cell is stem cells. Here stem cells are present, and these stem cells give rise to different types of cells. These stem cells gives rise to different types of cells. Here stem cells give rise to new epithelial cells, and these new epithelial cells are located in the epithelial region. These new epithelial cells are located in the epithelial region. It's in this villus, single lacteal cells is present, and these single lacteal cells mainly absorbs fat droplets from the absorptive cells. These lacteal cells absorbs fat droplets from the absorptive cells and transport them. Next, these villi also supplies blood capillaries. These villi also supplies blood capillaries, and these blood capillaries absorbs nutrients from the food material. These blood vessels absorbs food material. These blood vessels absorbs nutrients from the food material. These are about the phylus structure. Next part is diagnostic features of duodenum. Diagnostic features of duodenum. In duodenum, numerous villi are present, and these villi shows lip-like structure. In submucosa layer, numerous Brunner's glands are present, and third one diagnostic feature is crypts of libercules, that is intestinal glands are present in the duodenum. Let us summarize it. The duodenum is mainly small intestine's upper part. It is U-shaped structure. This duodenum is U-shaped, and when histologically the duodenum wall shows different layers. This histologically shows 4 layers. First layer is Serosa Layer. It is supportive and protective in function. Second layer is muscularis externa layer, shows 2 types of muscles, circular and longitudinal muscle. Third one layer is submucosa layer. These submucosa layers contains large number of Brunner's glands, and last one layer is mucosa layer, and this mucosa layer shows foldings, and this folding is called as crypts of libercules. This folding is called as crypts of libercules. Diagnostic feature of duodenum mainly contains Brunner's glands, crypts of libercules, and number of villi, that is lip-like villi, are present. Thank you.